What is going on, my trading jits and crits? As you guys can see, it's currently like 11:38 p.m. I just got out of the gym for the second time. I had to repay my dues 'cause I didn't go yesterday. But I went to the gym thinking about how I can not only perfect this, because I feel like in a way I haven't been sticking to my trading plan. I've been trying to like use a lot of supply and demand, when in reality I should literally just have this up and do this word for word, bar for bar, like literally all this right here. But I forgot important key rules. So this is me kind of yapping a bit. I'm gonna talk about something completely different, but I'm also gonna do this because I feel like this needs to be revamped. So in reality, it should actually be check 4 hour to hourly time frame to see what the higher time frame narrative is, then start checking what the 30-minute is telling us. And then it should be like this: check 30 minutes to check for recent sweeps on previous session highs or lows, and then we're checking for those market structure shift points. I miss this cruel part, this cruel step right here, honestly, because at the end of the day, I feel like I wasn't checking the 4 hour, the hourly enough. I wasn't checking to see what we're doing, where the price is actually going, what are we actually trending towards, and I would just check the 30-minute, when in reality that's kind of still a low time frame. A low time frame. I don't know why I'm trying to think of another word to say, but it's kind of a low time frame. And I think what I really needed to do is check that higher time frame narrative. Be like, hey, the 4 hours bearish, the 1 hour's bearish. We're really bearish on the day. It looks like we're going to be looking for either market structure to keep going in bearish direction after we sweep some highs, go down, or we're looking for market to be bullish because market is bullish, or it's going to reverse and then be yada yada yada. But I feel like this is a cruel part. Now, another thing that we need to put in here is this right here. I have not been doing this at all. So what I want to do is actually make it towards 1.5 or 1.25 to 3%. And I need to start risking more. I feel like this one contract thing is like, it's good, don't get me wrong, but on a funded account, I need to be able to trade really good. So 2 to 3 contracts is a proven beautiful amount, as shown with our Top Step account, because I would use about 2 to 3 accounts in my Top Step account. Now, obviously, sorry, I just kissed my cat. Obviously, like, I'm thinking of putting it to 4, because I have used 4 contracts in the past, and it did help a lot. But I don't want to get greedy. I want to have that 2 to 3 contract limit, like 2 to 4 contract limit, and just make sure if I'm using 4 contracts, like I know where market's gonna go. But I really think 3 contracts should be just the base set point. And I'm also thinking of getting another funded account actually. And what I want to do is I want to revamp my goal. So one goal for this week is I want to see maximum. I spelled maximum wrong. I'm a fucking dumbass. What the fuck, Widow? You gotta chill, bro. I want to see maximum progression in the markets. Plus, I also want to maximum progression in the markets regarding my. Sorry, my cat is like fucking my hand up right now. Regarding my strat. Plus, I want to be able to take high probable trades that even if I lose, I'm okay with the loss because I understand it happens in the markets. So, now that that's out of the way, now that we finally cleared that up, because in all honesty, I realized if I'm doing 1-to-1 RR, so let's put it like this. If I have a 50k top step account, right? 50k top step account. If I want to do 1% of that top step account, I would obviously have to be trading, where's my equal sign? $500 a day. So, same goes for my Lucid account. I have a 50k Lucid account. Well, it's at like 49k right now. So, 49k Lucid account, we'll say. I want to trade 1% of it, so I would have to do $400 a trade. And obviously with one contract, I'm not going to do $400 a trade. So, I've been learning a lot. We relearned the whole strat. We know what we're doing now. This week was a pretty W week, honestly. I feel like I've learned a lot this week. I did a lot this week. And I think we are getting it down to a pat, getting it down to a T. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start risking that. What the fuck is it? We're going to start risking those 2 to 3 contracts. So now I'm getting into, obviously, the big portion of this video will probably be the title. I'm starting to look at sin a different way. Starting to definitely not want to do anything anymore. And something I heard at church is God gives you a new identity. And who are you really? Who are you really in God's eyes, you know? Obviously, when I passed that 50k account, I thought I was on top of the world. I remember I was like, yeah, I'm going to start getting payouts. I'm going to start doing so much, yada, yada, yada. And obviously, I blew it all because I got really greedy. I got so greedy in the market that I thought I was just going to get payout after payout after payout. And in reality, I blew that shit in the first 2 days of having it. So, where I'm getting at is I want to have a new identity when it comes to this trading. You know, I don't want to be greedy. I don't want to be sad. I don't want to be angry. I don't want to do a bunch of sin and all that stuff. No, like, I want to sit here and, like, back test for at least, like, an hour to 2 hours, maybe even 3 hours every day. I don't want to overwork myself, of course, but I definitely want to do more when it comes to trading. Now, obviously, I have a very busy schedule. I trade from about 7:30 to like 9ish. I want to try to implement like an hour in back testing in there. I'm starting a new work schedule, so it's 11 to 7. So I want to start coming home, doing, you know, hanging out with my girl for a bit, and then doing a little bit of back testing, read a couple books. I'm gonna start reading my books while I trade. I used to do that, but read like my Bible, read my book, and then just hit a mean back testing session for like an hour, hour and a half. So that way, I am maximizing my time. You know, I'm like getting the most of what I can do, and then going to the gym, all that other stuff. And like the reason I want to do this is because I was in a webinar today for Patrick and Blake, PB Trades, obviously the model I use, and they literally said, in order to see the most progression, you need to do the most work now so you can do less work later. And I completely agree with that. You need to sit there and do a lot of work. Like, yeah, I literally have, this is all my back testing notes. This is just back testing. This is literally back testing. Like, if you don't believe it, this is back testing. This is my trading journal. And I know you're thinking I could be writing a lot more in my trading journal, but in reality, this is my back testing. And you could even count this as back testing too, because I go and look at videos that I make and all that, and I try to see what I'm doing wrong, and I put it all on here. So that is literally everything I do in one little video, and it's kind of crazy because like I feel like I do a lot of work, but I think I need to do more. I think I need to do a lot more. Probably cut back on video games a bit. But that is my pastime. I love playing video games. I'm not going to overwork myself. Obviously, overworking yourself leads to a lot of stress, and that's not what I'm going to do. I'm not going to stress myself. I'm going to make sure that I have things to take my mind off the world. I have things to just chill out with, and I have things that will make me understand that, hey, like, I'm doing really good, but I could be doing better, and here's how I'm gonna do better. So I think one thing I'm gonna do is I'm also gonna make this a goal. I'm gonna put this like right here. One daily thing I want to do this whole week is back test at least a hour to 2 hours every single day. Which fucking cat, which should fucking cat again, which should equal about a month to 2 month fucking cat, bro. Of okay, now I'm just blaming it on my cat. 2 months of data. So yeah, that's gonna be a good goal for me. That'll help me a lot. And yeah, honestly, that's all I have. That's all I have for today. I just wanted to make this video before tomorrow. Anyone watches the video, they're like, "What the fuck? This kid has a video of him saying he's only gonna risk this." But yeah, no, I need to risk more, but I don't want to risk too much more. I want to make it to where it's that 1% margin we talked about, and I just want to make sure I'm getting the most out of my trade. So, hope everyone's having a great night. Hope everyone has some good sleep. Make sure you pray. Make sure you understand that there is only one God in this world, and He's our Savior, Jesus Christ. And we just need to keep doing better. Everyone's gonna sin. No one will ever be perfect in Jesus' eyes, but try to be the perfect version of yourself. So, have a great night. Let me fucking do this real quick because it's gonna drive me crazy. Yeah, there we go. And yeah, God bless you guys. Be safe.